So this is ratios and converting ratios to decimals. This should be a review for you based on 6th and 7th grade. So this should be a review. I just wanted to record a video to make sure that we're all on the same page when we start this next topic. So ratios. Ratios compare two quantities. They can be written as 3 to 1. You can write it as 3 over 1, or you can write it 3 to 1. So those two little points right there, also you read it as 3 to 1. So all three mean the same thing. When we are doing this, that would be representing, like if I had 3 circles and 1 square, there are 3 to 1 would be our ratio. So our ratio is 3 to 1. We have 3 of something to 1 of another. Okay. Again, so you can see that we have fractions can be ratios. So when we are reducing fractions, we want to review that as well. So when you're reducing fractions, you always divide the top by the, I just wrote bottom wrong. Bottom. That's a terrible B, but that should say bottom. So fractions divide the top by the bottom. So let's say we have an example. If we have 10 divided by 15, remember you have the top divided by the bottom, 10 divided by 15. When you reduce, you divide the top by the bottom by the same number. So when we are reducing, you divide the top and the bottom by the same number. And it has to be a number that goes into both. So if we have 10 divided by 15, notice 2 doesn't go into 10, or 2 goes into 10, but it won't go into 15. So you want a number that multiplies into both of them. So both of them can be divided by 5 and divide by 5. So again, you do the same number to top and the same number to the bottom. So 10 divided by 5 equals 2. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So your reduced fraction would be 2/3. That would be 2/3, or would 2/3 is the reduced fraction for 10/15. And these are called equivalent. So let me get a different color. So 10/15 is equivalent, equivalent. And what I mean by that is when we put these into our calculator. So if we were to put these in our calculator, you always do the top number, so 10, divided by the bottom number, which is 15. And I just want to show you that they're equivalent. They give you the same answer. I'm going to do the top number divided by the bottom number. And notice they give you the same decimal. They are equivalent. So this one's just reduced. So your calculator will also reduce these for you. So let me write this out. Calculator So the calculator will reduce for you. You divide the top number by bottom number. Okay, so we've already done that, but I'm going to clear it and I'm going to do it again. So you do top divided by bottom and you hit enter. Notice it gives you a decimal, but we don't want a decimal, so we're going to convert it just like we've been using this button on the calculator for converting square roots and all of that. This button on the calculator will just convert it from form. So if you haven't been using this calculator and this button will just change it from decimal to fraction or fraction to decimal. So if you hit that button, notice it will just change it. So notice it gave you the equivalent. So this step that we did right here, dividing by 5, your calculator will do it for you. So you just get 2/3. And so I'm going to write this. Hit that button that has the 2 arrows on it. To get fraction. Okay, so calculator reduces for you, divide the top number by the bottom number, and then you're going to hit that button to get it to be a fraction. Okay, let's do a few examples of that. So let's do 12/15. And let's get the reduced fraction. So 12. So again, you do top divided by bottom. And it gives you the decimal. And now you can convert it to the fraction. And so this is reduced. Sometimes it will tell you to give the decimal. So I'm going to show you. The decimal was already given before we hit that button. So the decimal equivalent is just 0.8. So here's our reduced fraction. Here's if I wanted it as a decimal. So your assignments should always tell you if it wants it as a reduced or as a fraction, or if it wants it as a decimal. Anytime it says round, that's always telling you that you know you need a decimal. Okay, let's do another one. 11/18. So 11 divided by 18, top divided by bottom. There's your decimal. Hit the arrows down at the bottom. And notice it gave you the same thing. So that one is already reduced. So that one's already reduced. And then let's write the decimal. 0.6. So again, we've been rounding. So 0.6111111. The 1 would make the 6 stay a 6. So 0.6 would be your decimal. Okay. All right. The last thing that I want to do is go a little bit more into writing ratios. Not ration, ratios. Sorry, I keep messing up. So if I say there are 5 girls and 3 boys in the class, what is the ratio of boys to girls? Okay, so if I want to write what is the ratio of boys, so you guys know me in my color, so there's boys, so it's this number, has to be written first, so 3. And then our other number, let me get this one, girls, so it is 3, 2, so see how it says what is the ratio of boys to girls? So it's 3, to the number of girls, which is 5. So that's how you would write it. Okay, so that's part A of that question. Let's write part B. What is the ratio of girls to the total number in class? Okay, so what is the ratio of girls? Again, girls was that purple up there. So girls was 5. So you would do 5 to. Now, we haven't seen the number that is our total. Let me find another color. We'll do blue. We haven't seen a number that is a total, so you're going to have to find it. In order to find a total, you would have to do 3 boys plus the number of girls, which was 5, would give you a total number of 8. So it's 3 to 8. So sometimes they'll ask you for a total, and so you have to add however many you have to get our total. So 5 to 8 would be our total in this case. So writing ratios, again, remember you could write it as 5 to 8. I forgot to write the fraction. You could also write it as a fraction, 5 over 8. This one we could have written as a fraction as 3 over 5. So either one of those would be your answer.